Looks like we have a little camera malfunction. Give me a moment, lads. We'll go ahead and get this sorted out. One moment. One moment, lads. There we are. What's up, everyone? Sorry for that little technical difficulty as we got our stream started, but here we are nonetheless. Hope you're all having a good night. And let's get right into the stream because there's a lot to talk about, and we're pre-FOMC right now. Big day tomorrow. Sorry about those sound effects. Those were not meant to be played. We're having a few technical difficulties right now to start off our stream, but we're going to work through it regardless. So looking at the market, nothing has changed whatsoever since our stream yesterday. Why is that? Well, it's FOMC week. Usually, the market really starts to slow down going into FOMC, and then we see a huge reaction when that data is released. Very good chance we see an interest rate cut tomorrow, which again is very bullish for the market. Big shout out to everyone here in the live chat. I can see Crypto Middle East and Africa. What's going on? He says he moved to Egypt, and he says, mark my words, tomorrow we pump after FOMC. So we do have a bull in here, and I do have to agree with you. I'm quite bullish on the market, but we're going to do a little sentiment check to start off our stream with a poll in the live chat. So let's go ahead and get a poll going. Let's go ahead and get a poll going right now. Let's see what the consensus is for FOMC. Again, tomorrow, 2 p.m. If we're looking at Bitcoin right now, again, nothing has changed, and we're still above our local support levels. Nothing has changed whatsoever from yesterday's analysis. It's the exact same scenario, so really not too much to go over, which means we can have some more time answering questions instead of going over Bitcoin. Big level over here at 100, 102K. You can see an orange line. You can see the 1 hour 200 EMA. And then we also have a very important support resistance flip at 98,000. All right, so if we're on one of these two levels tomorrow, going into FOMC, I'm bullish, and I would expect a very positive reaction from it. We're going to see how price action does develop leading into FOMC tomorrow. But as of right now, again, nothing whatsoever has changed at all in terms of my bias on the market, in terms of my analysis on Bitcoin. All right, we are holding above key support levels. Price did sweep Monday's high today, and as you can see, it is below the mid-range, but really we just have tight consolidation going into FOMC. Now looking at ETH, consolidation just below $4,000, and then Solana consolidation just above $200. All right, so the majors are simply waiting on the big day tomorrow, as are most altcoins. All right, most coins are actually selling off going into FOMC tomorrow. We can look at some of the bigger ones. Look at Tau down here at $524. Caspa at the moment is getting smoked down here at 13.7 cents. Aptos still just kind of hanging out in this consolidation. It's actually doing exactly what I said it would do. I was expecting a bull flag to form here, and we kind of had that slow drift down that likely will eventually lead to a big breakout higher. But for the most part, everything is quiet. Everything is just waiting. Here's Link. Nothing has changed whatsoever, right? So we'll look at these charts in more depth as you guys ask questions and we go over individual ones. But it's really slow and really boring right now in the market. Now, Pudgy Penguins did do their airdrop today, the Pengu token, and it launched at a very high valuation. It's down 60% from that launch, as you can see, down 59.5%. And if we look at Pengu on Dex screener, $2.4 billion market cap. So that means it launched above 6 billion. It hit. We can go to the market cap here and see that it did hit a high. Okay, it hit a high of 4.5 billion. Sorry, it hit a high of 4.5 bill, and it's down here at 1.7 billion in terms of market cap, according to the deck screener, which is giving weird, wonky numbers right now. But this is how the chart looks. And I had a lot of people asking yesterday, what do I think about the Pudgy Penguin token launch? And I said it's either going to be a great success or kind of just do nothing at all. And it really just did nothing at all. Why is that? Well, a lot of people got free tokens, including myself. I had a lot of OG ETH and OG Sol wallets that I got tokens on. It wasn't a very high amount by any means, low 4 figures, but still pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, if we're just giving free money like that across everywhere, like a lot of people just got free tokens, there's going to be so much selling pressure on the market. So while we're on the topic of airdrops and selling pressure and, you know, free money going around left and right, I have an interesting tweet I want to share with you guys. And this one is in regards to the Hyperliquid airdrop, but the information can be applied across the entire market currently, especially when it comes to people sitting on massive unrealized gains with e-liquid coins, such as memes, for example. So anyways, let's go over this. So this guy, his name is Saint Pump, and he says, talking about Hyperliquid, but again, this can be applied to many different assets across crypto right now. He says, if you're sitting on a massive airdrop relative to your total net worth, consider taking profits from now on and upwards. The holder's conviction has never really been tested with sell-offs, and everyone currently sits comfy aboard the rocket yelling to the moon, intoxicated by the virtual gains. This is very true, right? Everyone's kind of lost in the sauce. So he says his main concern is that liquidity is very thin for the total amount of unrealized profit and loss. The door is always too thin for everyone. That goes with every coin in the market. So I'd expect a very violent correction at some point where many of you will panic sell the bottom. I'm not calling it top now. Markets tend to overextend. He says it can go up higher, but you have to consider a gradual exit plan and the time is now. So this is very true, right? Everyone who got the Hyperliquid airdrop, they're up hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars. Anyone who hit a meme coin, a shit coin, and put a small amount in and it turns to $500,000 or $1 million or $2-3 million, understand it literally is a game of musical chairs. Because once the first big holder starts to exit, there simply is not enough liquidity for all the other big holders to exit. So that's why we see massive red candles on many charts. Now, I'm going to use this coin as an example, just purely as an example because it's applicable to this. So this is the TITS coin. All right, so this TITS coin, it went in a very short amount of time. We'll take this measurement from the 21st of October to the 24th of November. In 34 days, this thing went, is that right? Am I seeing that right? 1,000x, I think is right. Yeah, 400K to 488 million market cap. Okay, so in 30 days, a coin goes 1,000x, called TITS coin nonetheless, literally using Bali models to make content. I spent a fair amount of time in Bali a few years ago, and honestly, I call Bali Scam Island because the people it attracts there, it's like very scum of the earth people. So anyways, like a very obvious bullshit coin goes up 1,000x. People turned very low amounts of money into $500,000, millions of dollars, but they're reluctant to sell. And you have to understand, when the first big holders start to take profit, this is what happens, okay? For any coin you're in, especially when it comes to a shitter, a meme coin, some bullshit out there that goes up 1,000x in 30 days called TITS coin, anything like anything in this, an airdrop, right, that just gives thousands of people around the world hundreds of thousands of dollars. So many people just get so greedy. It's insane the levels of greed that come out. They don't want to sell. They don't want to take profit. They think it's going to keep going up. Oh, it's at 400 million. It's going to go to $1 billion easy. All things like that. Like, you have to be able to catch yourself when the greed sets in. All right, because the greed is going to set in very hard across the entire market. We have not had a full-blown altcoin season since 2021. We've had many boom and bust cycles in between, right? We've had many narratives explode. But in terms of a general market-wide altcoin season, we haven't had that since 2021. All right, and it's going to happen again soon. Mark my words, it will. So when it does happen, you need to be able to catch yourself in that greedy, euphoric state of mind, thinking it's just going to keep on going up, and understand your position relative to everybody else's position on the board. If you're sitting in unrealized massive profits, there's a very good chance that everyone else, or the majority of people, or a very large number of people, are also sitting on massive numbers of unrealized profits. Like this guy said, the door is too thin for everyone. It's a game of musical chairs. If you're caught standing last, you lose. All right, so just keep that in mind. I'm not trying to scare anyone. I'm just being kind of honest with you. That's how the market works. That's why we see meme coins have crazy pumps because everyone's greedy, and then huge drops because a small number of holders decide to exit that have a lot of tokens. And because the liquidity is so thin, huge red bars happen, and you see it minus 80% in a single day. All right, so that we're going to start the live stream today with that. A little bit of an educational lesson to not be a greedy SOB. Remember, pigs get slaughtered. All right, bulls make money, bears make money, but pigs get slaughtered. Catch yourself in that greedy state of mind when we do enter this full-blown parabolic altcoin season. Again, we haven't had it since 2021 when Bitcoin dominance cratered from 60% down to 40%. It's been in a 2-3 year uptrend now, and it does look like it is ready to crater again back down, and we're going to have a full-blown market-wide altcoin season. So you have to have a healthy profit-taking schedule. Everything that I've been preaching here for years on the channel. Pay yourself. Have a healthy profit-taking schedule. You don't have to time the exact top. So many people think they need to sell the exact top to be a winner. Meanwhile, they're up like 10, 20, 30, 40x. It's not how it works, all right? Very few people can consistently time an exact top, if any. So remember, just don't be a pig and get slaughtered. Looks like we got a little super chat from Jace on deck. What's your best indicator to start pulling out? Well, thank you for the super chat, Jace. I appreciate that. The question, what's your best indicator to start pulling out? So my trading strategy, it relies more on price action and just looking at the candlesticks than indicators, okay? So my best indicator is not an indicator at all. It's just supply and demand and being able to identify key levels on the chart. And if you want to learn that, I have many free YouTube videos teaching that. Look up supply and demand crypto empire, and you'll find a few videos going over exactly that. But I mean, yeah, I'll use the fib. I'll look at key levels with like the Monday low, Monday range. But I mean, my biggest edge is just price action, raw price action. I don't really need too many indicators on the chart. And I think that's a fallacy a lot of people, a lot of new traders get into. They think they need like 5 to 10 indicators to be a successful trader. But seriously, the more time you spend trading and actually, taking trades and analyzing and back testing and journaling everything, the more you realize it's all just noise. And you're so much better off just stripping it all off. Just raw price action is my bread and butter. Anyways, I appreciate the super chat, Jason on deck. Shout out to Johnny Yape, shout out to Carlos, shout out to Big Boy Crypto, shout out to Fiat Hater, shout out to YouTuber Go Kill. He likes the new intro for the live stream. He says, great intro for Christmas and the new year. Thank you, sir. I'm glad you like it. Shout out to Reverend Flashback, aka the Crypto Bullionaire. He says, hi Connor, Reverend speaking. How are you doing? 32 degrees Celsius here. Sounds nice, man. I'm doing good. And it ain't 32 degrees Celsius where I'm at, I'll tell you that. It's much colder. Shout out to Kirk Bangs. He says, may we all have a prosperous bull run. Thank you, sir. Indeed. Cheers to that. Shout out to Elvis. Shout out to Ostia Craig. Shout out to Christian, Recon Runner, Daniel, Coin Operated, Cryptic Gaming, Ringo37, Eric A, Jonathan O'Sullivan, Classic 84, and Nicholas. Bob's my uncle. What's going on, everyone? Also, shout out to Jonathan Bush and Crypto Cash, as well as Christian DeJesus. Man, we have a packed house tonight, guys. Smash up that like button. I appreciate all of your support. So we got some people asking about Render. We'll take a look at Render now. Really nothing too exciting happening on the Render front. Now, main thing is just being able to basically see that this level, $8 really, $7 to $8. We'll put a zone on to further clarify it. But this level I just put on from like 830 down to 730. What happened here, this is the Coinbase chart going back to February 2024. So not that much data, but still fine. Well, we had the crazy run in March, okay, and we had this level at $8, $7, $8 hold as support. We broke through. We accumulated for like 8 months down here, put in a nice macro bullish reversal. And this $7 resistance was broken out of, and now it's just getting retested. So on the higher time frames, Render, as well as most altcoins at the moment, are all bullish because they've broken out of 8-month-long accumulation ranges. All right, we can go look at 10 different centralized exchange altcoins, and they're probably going to have similar market structure in the sense that they just broke out of their 8-month range and flipped a major level. Here on Render, that's going to be like $7 to $8. So we just have a breakout and a retest in progress right now. And in the $8 to $7 levels, that's the retest breakout level. So if that's going to hold and we're going to pump higher, which I think we will, I think we're in a pretty good spot for value at the moment. I mean, sure, price could go lower, but how much lower? I don't see it going back down to the 8-month accumulation range prices. Personally, I don't see that happening, right? I don't see it going back to $4 or $5. So if you're waiting for lower, okay, it can go 15%. Maybe it goes 25% to 650 to the quarterly open, but that's a big ask. I mean, I can see that happening with this key low as well as the quarterly open down here. But if you think this asset's going to go up 5 to 10x, I guess 25% does make a significant difference. But nonetheless, you're still going to do really, really well. But anyways, Render breakout retest in progress, and there's no reason to stress. It's bullish on the higher time frames. Lower time frames, you can see the sell-off on the daily time frame. If we drop it down to the 4-hour, we're directly on the 4-hour 200 EMA. All a shakeout to get the Jeets to sell, basically. Same thing with Caspa, right? Shakeout, in my opinion. This has been in a 1-year long range. Every time it pumps, everyone gets excited it's going to break out. Every time it goes back down to the bottom of the range, everyone wants to sell their Caspa because they think it's going to go to zero or something. It's all emotional manipulation on a long time frame on a grand scale. And if you understand that this game is heavily manipulated, then you can see the tricks in real time, and you got nothing to really stress about or worry about. So yeah, that's the case with most altcoins right now. And Fiat Hater is asking about Kendu Inu on base. Now, most base memes are not doing anything. Kendu down to 1.2. I actually haven't checked this in a few days, and it's dropped off quite a bit. So, yeah, I mean, it's back down to these lows. And look, this coin, throughout the entire 2024 bear market we had, many base coins, they went down to like 400K market cap, 300K. Ski Mask Dog went to like 450K. It's at 250 million now. But I mean, Kendu bottomed out at 850 and held a very solid floor. It's back on the floor. So your question, Fiat Hater, yeah, I think it's a great level for Kendu if you were interested in buying. Obviously not financial advice. But these are the prices of the bear market of 2024. When Bitcoin was in that 8-month range and altcoins got slaughtered, this is where Kendu was. So I see it as major value, 100%. And like I said, most of these memes on base, they're not doing anything right now. They're all having similar kind of pullbacks. Toshi back below 100 million. Bread is like 1.5 right now. Yeah, 1.5. Ski is 250, 264, bounced a bit. But yeah, I mean, all of these are pulling back. So like I said, with Kendu, like that was the floor of the lowest price it was through the most horrible and miserable and depressing market conditions possible we've had recently. And it's back to those prices in much better condition. So yeah, I see it as value 100%, Fiat Hater. Let's see, Recon Runner. Merry Christmas, Connor. Are you bullish on Shrapnel? I really haven't looked into Shrapnel since they all their hype around the TGE over a year ago. And Shrap, 30 mil market cap right now. The tokenomics were always unappealing. That was its biggest criticism by everyone when it launched. And here is the Shrap chart on the weekly. So the weekly looks pretty good. Right, the reason I say it looks pretty good is there's an obvious change in market structure. All right, it was cratering. Right, there's a huge difference between this and this. So when I say it looks pretty good, I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about what's happening right now. Okay, to be able to predict the right side of the chart. So anyways, very obvious shift in market structure for Shrap. I haven't really looked into this thing at all since like a year ago. Gaming has not been a very attractive narrative at all, besides 1 year ago when it had a bit of a pump. But when it comes to Shrap, again, change in market structure. It bottomed out over here in September along with most altcoins. It's up 100% from that bottom, and it is coiling up pretty tight now. Okay, so yeah, Shrap does look pretty bullish here. And I wouldn't be surprised to maybe see a longer consolidation, but likely you will see a breakout out of this consolidation that is forming right now. Cryptic Gaming says, no alt season this time, lads. Sell now. I'm not sure if you're being sarcastic. I'd assume you are, but maybe you're being serious. If so, that's fine to think that, but I completely 100% wholeheartedly disagree with you. Shout out to Eric A, like I said before, as well as Ringo37. Guys, don't forget to smash up that like button. Jonathan O'Sullivan says, when do alts come back up? We're going to have to ask the magic crystal ball for the exact date and time of when altcoins will come back up. Right? Because unfortunately, nobody has that exact date and time answer. Roughly speaking, I do expect a good reaction from FOMC tomorrow. So maybe it might be tomorrow at 2 p.m. if I had to guess. Classic 84 says OORT to billions. Well, that's a bit of a long way right now, but it's definitely not the most unrealistic thing happening. Let's just do a little check. It's always fun to look at the price it would be if it did hit $1 billion. Let's have a little fun on the live stream together, guys. 52 mil right now. Let's check what would happen. It's a 20x basically. But people believe what they see. So we're gonna go ahead and make you guys see it. So at a 1 billion market cap, the price would be $3.33. It's an 18x. All right, that would be pretty awesome. I would like to see an 18x on OORT, being that I'm already up off of the bottom. I mean, this is why entries are super important. But, you know, if you're already up 200% and it goes another 18x, you know, you're looking at over a 50x total if it does that, if it hits $1 billion, which I think is possible. So pretty exciting stuff, guys. If we do get this full-blown altcoin season, again, we'll do a little trip back down memory lane again, because I just want you guys to understand what we could be going into here heading into 2025. So we're going to we'll use this week. What was this? All right, the 3rd of May. We'll use the 3rd of May 2021. So this one just here. So yeah, you can see the top 10, but I want to show you the number 100 coin. And at that time it was REN, ironically. And what was it? The market cap, $1 billion, 962 mil. So what you guys have to understand is during the altcoin season, when everything has an inflated value, so it just goes to show you how different the market is actually from peak times in 2021 to current times, right? Peak 2021, the number 100 coin had a sub just below a 1 billion market cap, and here we are in current times. The number 100 coin has a 1.4 billion market cap. So that's quite interesting. So if at the top of the market in 2021, the number 100 coin had 960 mil, where do you guys reckon will be at the top of the market this time around? All right, being that we've already exceeded that. And let's just compare to November 8th. Let's grab this week here, and let's just see what the number 100 coins market cap was at that time. The peak of the last cycle. All right, 1.1, almost 1.2 bill. The peak of 2021. So kind of aligned with where we are now, even though where we are now is higher than the peak of the last cycle. So the market has grown, the market has matured. There's more money flowing through the crypto ecosystem now, and coins have higher market caps, which means at the peak of this cycle, it's very likely coins in the 100 through 200 level. I mean, they already do. They're already at a billion, right? We start to lose the billion rank at 134. Right, so that means we can see coins 1 through 200 with a billion plus market cap. There's going to be a lot of these undervalued gems that pull crazy moves, even if they don't stay at that level, even if they only go there for maybe a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks during the top of the pico top of the market. Again, you don't have to time that exact top. It's better to ride the wave and just sell on the way up, basically. You can also DCA on the way down. But the point I'm making, guys, is there's going to be a lot of coins doing crazy moves, right? Probably the top 200 this time around. Whoops, I didn't mean to close that tab. But probably the top 200 this time around are all going to be a billion plus market cap. So it is important to have that in the back of your mind. You don't want to be a greedy pig, but at the same time, you have to understand the potential of what can happen here and what's likely to happen. So yeah, that's a very interesting observation we just underwent on the live stream, but we're going to go ahead and carry on anyway. Let's see. Taking a look at the poll, we're going to end the poll now. So it appears that 82% of you, or 81% of you, are bullish and are expecting a pump after the FOMC meeting tomorrow. All right, so there's your sentiment check. Now, do you guys really think that, or are you just agreeing with what I've been saying? I'm curious, but we don't really have the means to find out that answer. But nonetheless, over 80% of our live viewers do believe that we're going to pump after FOMC tomorrow. So keep that in mind. Anyways, shout out to Heavy Chevys with a $2 super chat. He says he has a feeling the Fed gives the middle finger tomorrow. Yeah, it's up in the air. Many people, including myself, are expecting a cut, but I mean, if they just keep it where it is, we'll see. Maybe wouldn't be the greatest reaction out of risk on assets, because again, there is a direct correlation. When the Fed cuts rates, risk on assets increase in value. So we'd like to see a cut tomorrow, but we'll see how it goes. Inflation's still happening. Well, yeah, no duh. They printed like 80% of the money supply starting in 2020. So obviously there's inflation happening. That's what happens when you live in a clown world like we all do, with a debt slave monetary system. All right, let's see what else we got here. What kind of questions do we have today? Bob's my uncle says he's locked in from Colombia. Sounds like a nice place to be. Parsiq PRQ. I haven't heard of that one in a while. bit of an older coin from the last cycle. The daily time frame. Chart reminds me of something like ACH Alchemy Pay. Very similar looking chart. This is the weekly. So we have big resistance up here at 20 to 25 cents. And it's at this resistance. So you're looking for a major break of all-time highs. Again, like I said, it reminds me of ACH. This is ACH on the weekly. Quite similar, right? Just not really too much going on. A long 2-3 year consolidation on the weekly time frame. So Parsiq is about to break that high. ACH is currently in the midst of a pullback, but similar charts, you know, both legacy or older coins on Coinbase. ACH has the payment narrative, as well as being backed by Binance. But anyways, you know, for something like this, you would look for essentially a flip of 5 cents and then all-time highs, but it's the same thing as PRQ, or similar. Not the exact same, but very similar. All right, the weekly, just long, slow, boring, but they're approaching all-time highs. So if they're going to break these all-time highs and go in price discovery, we could see a crazy run here. Shout out to Armzilla. And Brian Regassa, he says, Qubic to multiple billions. Can't wait for alts to pump. Buy them dips, though. Brian, you're on the money, man. And I know you've been buying dips. I know you've been, you know, applying discipline and not FOMOing. So I think you've been doing it right, and likely will get rewarded massively. But anyways, Qubic right now at a 512 million market cap. And again, a project like this has some crazy potential. Also, just going back to like what Murad says, it's hard to put a number on the valuation of something of this magnitude, right? So if people do actually catch on and start to speculate, that's when you see crazy boom and bust cycles happen, because it's hard to pinpoint a valuation. It's hard to value it, and everyone just keeps on speculating and the price keeps going up. But anyways, yeah, Qubic bull flag is still looking bullish. We'll see if we do get the breakout of this flag, or if it wants to spend some more time just kind of chopping and slopping around before the eventual breakout, which I see happening. But if we do see a move to the bottom of the flag, it would be in this daily time frame demand zone that did form on the way up at around 3,000 per billion. And that would just be a test of the bottom of the flag, and no structure would be lost if that does happen. So if you do see that dip, well, you just heard what I said. Bullish. And T13 Blender price prediction. No idea for a price prediction. $100 quadrillion. 17 million market cap right now. Look, I really don't know. First of all, too much about this project. And the chart is really not looking spectacular. They also have 5.5 tax. So, I mean, I think like Crypto Wizard was shilling this for a long time. A bunch of like people on Twitter shilling this thing. I've definitely looked at it in the past and called it a LARP. It's probably a LARP. Price prediction, I really have no idea. And let's see. Dojo D, Uniswap, please. Uni. So Uni, higher highs, higher lows. On the daily, you have a new fresh range forming from just below 20 bucks to the lows of the range down here at around $14, $15. So for Uni, again, if you're looking to buy value, look for the flush. Look where everyone has their stop loss orders, and that's going to be around $14 to around $12.60 where the monthly open is, right? Right here in the circle that I'm coloring in. If you're looking to buy, if you're going to wait patiently for an entry, this is where you want to buy it, just to test the monthly open. But yeah, I'd be looking for this to continue accelerating higher, given the fact that, first of all, Gary Gensler is getting out of that SEC position, right? That whole current administration is going to be replaced in basically 1 month from now. And, you know, they sued Uniswap. They gave them Wells notices. And all that's over now. And Uniswap is showing a lot of strength. So, yeah, I look for it to continue. But, again, if you're looking to buy value, $14-13 is where you're going to want to wait for. Let's get into some news, guys. So, first of all, talking about the strategic Bitcoin reserve, which is pretty major stuff. Ohio becomes the third U.S. state to consider strategic Bitcoin reserve. So that's pretty major. And also, BlackRock has released a 3-minute educational video explaining what Bitcoin is. So BlackRock is doing marketing now for Bitcoin, being that they basically own the industry. They own the mining companies in terms of the shares. They're probably mining themselves. So that's like the infrastructure, right? So they own that part of the network. They own the exchanges like Coinbase. And I mean, they have their hand in the pie of everything basically, right? So they own that kind of retail bridge infrastructure. And they also have their ETF. All right. So, I mean, BlackRock just came up and in a very short amount of time, kind of established not full control, but a lot of control over the industry. And that's why you're seeing them release 3-minute educational videos explaining what Bitcoin is. They make money forever now because they own the infrastructure of the industry. So yes, they're just doing marketing. But overall, I mean, it just adds to the bull market effect, which is all good stuff. And also, Cynthia Loomis says 2025 will be the year for Bitcoin and digital assets. With David Sachs as the crypto czar, this will be the most pro-digital asset administration ever. I look forward to working closely with David Sachs to pass comprehensive digital asset legislation and my strategic Bitcoin reserve. We're going to hear that word a lot, guys. Strategic Bitcoin reserve. I mean, it's probably going to happen. Trump says it's going to happen. And this is all going to add a lot of fuel to the fire. So while we're talking about this topic, the last time Trump got elected as president was 2016. And when did he get inaugurated? Which year? It was 2017. Okay, Trump just got elected for the second time in 2024. Which year is he getting inaugurated? 2025. When did we have the most insane bull market in the history of crypto? 2017, when the year Trump got inaugurated. So let's talk about some scenarios. Let's talk about some scenarios, guys. Let's get a full chart up here. So again, the last time Trump got elected was probably January 20th in the year of 2017. So right around here. Ethereum was trading for $10. It then went up only for 1 year straight. And a year later, the price was $1,350. That's pretty nuts, huh? Like 130x in literally 1 year. So 2017 was interesting because in 2017, we basically saw price go up nonstop for 1 year, but there were many, as you can see, periods of consolidation as well as some brutal sell-offs along the way to shake people out. So let's talk about some expectations for 2025 and possible scenarios which may happen. Again, this is the last time Trump won the presidency and got inaugurated, 2017. We had the biggest bull run in crypto history then. Will we see a repeat of 2017 in 2025? That's actually been a question on my mind, right? I've seen some people out there say they're expecting a 2017 type of run here this year. And that is certainly possible. But at the same time, the market is much different than what it was in 2017. And even if it is to go up only for 1 year straight, there will be minimum one of these. We're using ETH just because I want to, but there will be a minimum of one of these. What is one of these? Notice how the market structure was going parabolic and then it corrected for a while, really from June. So like the start of the summer until November, it was doing nothing and then it put in the top. So what I'm trying to tell you here is that even if we do go up only for a year straight in 2025, there will be one of these. There will be one of these brutal flush outs. You'll see, I mean, maybe ETH will go down 70%. It's done that in the past many times. So what I'm trying to tell you is if we do see a crazy run at the start of 2025, even if you have the expectation that it's going to happen all year long, if you're going back to this, if you have massive unrealized profits, make sure you realize a significant amount of those profits. Because even in the most bullish year ever for crypto, you still saw a shakeout that would have made most people sell the bottom. Okay, you still saw ETH go down 70%. What do you think shitcoins will do if ETH goes down 70%? They're going to go down 90, 95%. And then the market goes slow again for like 6 months. Right? Use your brain for a second. What do you think is going to happen? It's going to be the same shit that happened, the same thing that happened this year, right? When ETH went to 4K and then it pulled all the way back down to 2K, it dropped 50%, and altcoins had a bear market where they went down 80, 90%. So even if in 2025, just to wrap up this little segment, did we get any live stream or super chats? We did. Shout out to Poo Killa. We'll get to that super chat in a moment. And yeah, that's the only one that came in. Appreciate your support, Poo Killa, and everyone else here in the live chat. But anyways, just to wrap this up, if we see one of these, there will be one of these, okay? So during the ride up, you should consider a healthy profit-taking schedule. And I'm not going to keep on repeating myself on this. Either you get it or you don't. Hopefully you get it. If you don't, you will after you see 70 to 80% of your portfolio get wiped out in like a week, which is why it's always a good idea to have a healthy profit-taking schedule. But yeah, exciting stuff, guys. Trump is getting in the White House. Again, the last time it happened was 2017. We had a crazy bull run. It's going to happen 2025. We'll see if we get another crazy bull run. I think we do. I do think that we do. Gurneet Singh Puwar. Can I take entry in altcoins right now at 3x leverage? My man, I am not going to tell you to go and leverage trade, right? If you're asking that question, you should buy spot, all right? If you have to ask me that question, then you probably shouldn't touch any leverage, man. Let's see. Tom Gorillo says ski mask dog. I mean, we looked at it briefly. 260 mil market cap right now. Bull flag. Looks pretty bullish to me. Let's see. Dre says, you buying up UFD. The dev is a 54-year-old boomer who thinks gold is the only real asset. No, Dre, I am not buying this up, but we'll take a look at it. I think I saw this guy on Twitter, but here it is, 30 million market cap. I do not suggest right now at current price is a good entry whatsoever. It is up 300x in 3 hours. So interesting, right? Some of these Solana meme coins running. Yeah, this is just a Solana meme pump. So, I mean, more likely than not, if we're basing things off of probabilities, this thing's going to be down here tomorrow if we look at it. But we'll see. AFCA Helmon says, check out HBAR, please. Nothing too exciting happening here on the HBAR chart at the moment. And much like I was saying, when the pump was ensuing, like start of December, end of November, it was not a good time to FOMO the green. All right, it broke out of this ascending pennant here at the end of November. It quickly did another 2x from 14, 15 cents up here to 38, 39 cents. All right, with $1 billion market cap already. And now it is consolidating. Okay, so there's talks about an HBAR ETF nowadays, as well as an XRP ETF. Speaking of that, yeah, people are basically, XRP launched their stablecoin RLUSD, and yeah, people are kind of ditching USDT right now for USDC. But nonetheless, there's a narrative that XRP, HBAR, some of these ISO coins are going to get a spot ETF, and that is bullish, of course. So, anyways, still likely needs to spend some more time in consolidation. Okay, it just put in a massive move from 4 cents to 37 cents in the span of 1 month. Look at Doge, similar move. It's now been in consolidation for 35 days. So maybe the consolidation is shorter as we do accelerate further into the cycle. XRP has been in consolidation for 16 days. And HBAR, probably the same thing, 16 days. $15 days, yeah. 1 day behind XRP. So with most of these coins, again, they probably will have another leg up, but they're due for a cool off. Nice consolidation. Probably going to go sweep the high at some point. A bunch of people are going to long it. A bunch of people are going to buy it. Probably going to come back to the range low. People are going to get scared again and sell. Go back to the high. People buy it. To the low, people sell, and then it will break out. Again, your emotions will get manipulated before the real move happens. In the crazy part of the mania phase of the bull run, the consolidations are pretty short-lived. But even still, look at Matic last cycle. It went from a penny to 30 cents. It spent 3 weeks at 30 cents, and then it went to $3. So it can still be a 3-week consolidation. So maybe a few more days, maybe a few more weeks. But yeah, I'd be patient with it right now and let it simmer down after a crazy epic pump. Eric A, do you still like higher? Yeah, higher's a good meme on base. Looking at this chart, it is at base support at the moment. Ironically, right at this line that I drew at 22 million market cap in a level I've outlined. So, I mean, pretty important level to hold, I'd say. You definitely don't want to see it do one of these, which I doubt will happen. But yeah, you had that triple drive top, pull back to base support, and you're holding it. So yeah, I'd be looking for a rebound from around these levels. Maybe it wants to go down lower to 16 million, but still that would be in the zone as well. But yeah, I mean, decent meme coin, 100%. Oh yeah, forgot that super chat from my man Poo Killer. My bad, Poo. Can we look at Sensay? We've looked at this a few times over the past few days. The chart's parabolic. Well, it was parabolic, and now it's pulling back. Which is why, again, we don't want to FOMO into the crazy, epic pumps that happen. Because what happens after the pumps, the dumps come. I'm sure with a name like Poo Killa, you understand that. If you understand the pun, the play on words. But anyways, enough of that. It is down 45% so far. Now look, we got this. And you want to see Sensay hold this. All right, you want to see this level. You want to see this in here end up holding as support. All right, let it come in here, and ideally you form a base and start to rally out of it on Sensay SNSY. But yeah, the last time we were looking at this, because a lot of people were asking me about it on stream recently, and here it is this week, selling off hard with the rest of the market. But pretty crazy looking chart. I mean, this thing launched in April, just fizzled out, and a pretty epic revival so far, and it's having its first big pullback. So 10x off of the lows, 15x really from high to low, and now pulling back. So, you know, if you're bullish on this thing, look to buy value. Let's pull a fib real quick just to check. So yeah, that would be right at our golden pocket at around a 25, 26 mil market cap. Depending on where you anchor that bottom fib at, 25, 26 mil. Just right in that rally demand zone. So yeah, that's where I would be looking for Sensay. Armando said he got into Sensay at 1 mil, and it's at 30 mil. So congrats on that 30x, my man. Awesome stuff. Christopher GoTo with a $2 super chat saying, dog breaking the screen meme. Dog breaking the screen. I'm not sure which one you're referring to. If you have a ticker or something, but I'm not familiar with a dog breaking the screen. Shout out to Bob's My Uncle with a super chat, as well as Eric A. But let's see. We looked at higher already, and Bob's My Uncle says, missed my super chat on SPX. My bad, Bob. Barrio 2, please. Oh, you did super chat me a while back, huh? My bad. No update on SPX, man. Straight ranging. Ain't nothing happening on this chart at the moment. Now we do have a nice build up here. All right, so maybe price wants to go ahead and take some of these lows that have formed, these untapped lows. That wouldn't surprise me. It would be another test at the bottom of the range. This would be healthy, right? It would scare some people out as well, give some people with conviction an entry. And it would just still be at the bottom of the range in the discount where you should look to buy anyway. And then, you know, break out, or maybe it wants to not touch the lows, just continue respecting this trend line and go for the highs. But those are the two scenarios I see happening there. Is it making a comeback? It doesn't need to make a comeback. There's nothing to come back from. It just pumped and then it's gone into a long sideways range. So there's really nothing for it to make a comeback from. Shout out to Benjamin Butter L for that $1 super chat. Not sure what your question is though. Barrio, this looks like a runner. On the daily time frame, nice kind of organic cook it looks like. Very solid return from early November, mid-November. You know, you're looking at 10 to 20x returns basically. But anyways, now if we're looking at it, it has hit some friction up here at 5 to 7 million market cap. And it is now in a consolidation, probably a lot of profit taking, a lot of volume buying and selling happening in this range currently. Now, something like this, it has momentum behind it. It's lowish market cap, but still, is this a straight up meme or are they actually building a game? They're building some games and stuff, okay? So, you know, maybe this continues to gain traction. Maybe gaming makes a comeback on base. If that's going to be the case, again, you shouldn't FOMO the green. But if that's going to be the case, I'd be looking for some moves sub 3 mil, right? Sub 3 mil, and then see some kind of movement out of it. But hey, that's your call, Bob. I'm just looking at the chart and saying what I think. Let's see. Oh, that's not dog breaking the screen, bro. That's dog wrote the ticker. And it is sub 1 mil at the moment. Shout out to Crypto Cash as well as AM for the super chats. We'll look at those in a moment. But yeah, this is an epic meme. Organic as well from that Warpcaster, Farcaster, Warpcaster community. And anyways, I mean, it's kind of retesting the lows. All memes on base are slow and selling off right now. But yeah, I think this one has potential to do well as well. Let's see. Crypto Cash says Paka. Paka AI. Haven't heard of this one before. It's really insane the number of AI coins out there, guys. Like, it's really insane. Like, we can go through like 20 AI coins in a live stream, and then I'll go watch some other guy's video on YouTube, and he'll go through 5 different AI coins that I didn't go over. And then I'll go watch another video, and this guy gives 10 AI coins that weren't included in those other. It's insane the number of AI coins that exist. It really is nuts. And again, we're in the gold rush. You got people mining for gold, but you also got a lot of people just, you know, making projects, basically just selling shovels. This will not last. The market cannot stay this good for a long time. And understand, we are in a pretty good time right now, although I don't think it's over at the moment. But anyways, this coin, no idea. Let's just take a brief look. Well, it's not a tax farm, so that's cool. It's an on-ramp for AI agents. If I had to guess, there's probably 50 other AI projects doing something similar, but whatever. We'll just look at the chart for now. Anyways, you got a pretty clear range on Alpaca. Pretty clear range happening. Notice how buying at the discount of the range is always going to be the move. Right? No matter how bullish you are on an asset, you should always wait for it to come to the discount of its current range that it's in. And yeah, I mean, you want to see this thing continue to hold 5 million as support and then break out higher. So nothing really too much to cover on the PACA front. And then AM says thoughts on MAD. Check out their socials. Memes after dark. little 10x off of the lows. Check out their socials. On the IG, they got 85K followers. The madness is here and the stakes are higher than ever. I mean, what do you want me to say? Like, this is a like, it's a meme coin, man. The wild Degen on Solana who hustles hard and parties harder. I don't really have words. Like, the only word that comes to my mind is just retardation. That's really it. If you want my honest thoughts, like, clown world, retarded. But anyways, well, that's the 3-day. On the daily, look, it had an explosive breakout. Sold off most of the breakout from 80 million back to 20 million. You bounce back up to 68, 70. Now you're back in this kind of bottom demand zone that formed. So if you're holding this thing and you want to see it keep on increasing in value, well, this range from 36 mil to 20 million market cap, this demand zone, this is what you want to see hold. You want to see buyers step in here, and you want to see them eat up all the sells so that the price can go higher. But I mean, yes. No comment. Let's see. Benjamin Butternell says Fartcoin market cap is 845 mil. Max 1 bill sell at now, right? Reward versus risk. If you're asking me if you should sell your position, and you're going to do it based off of my answer, I'm the wrong guy to ask. I don't give financial advice in that regard. Now, when it comes to Fartcoin, at this point, it's been on a ridiculous run for sure. Right, when the daily time frame chart looks like this, and in 40 days, it's up 10x. Is that all? Let's go look at the chart here. All right, here's a better view for us. So 40x in 49 days. Should you sell it all now? If you have significant unrealized profits, well, then 100%, I would say it's a wise idea to consider having a healthy profit-taking schedule, because it is a game of musical chairs. Now, at the same time, this is why you always need to leave a moon bag if it keeps on going up, right? It's impossible to perfectly time the top. You could sell the top, but will you do that 10 out of 10 times? I don't even think AI would be able to do that, to be honest with you. So, yeah, I mean, if you're up huge, leave a moon bag, but definitely taking healthy profit is a good idea. 100%. 100%. But anyways, guys, we got a big day tomorrow. We got a big day tomorrow. Karamjit Singh, my man, you gotta relax a little bit. The coin you're asking, I'm not even sure what you're asking here in terms of your question. Is that a coin called that? I'm just not even sure. If you guys are looking at the live chat, maybe you'd be able to decipher what that guy's saying. But anyways, huge day tomorrow with FOMC. I'll be live during FOMC. So if you want some live analysis for FOMC, subscribe to the channel and turn on all bell notifications so you don't miss tomorrow. Huge day. And again, everything is just sideways in consolidation. Shout out to Bob's My Uncle for that super chat. I'll get to it in a moment. Everything is just slow and waiting for FOMC to come out tomorrow. I'm bullish. We'll see how it goes. We haven't had a true alt season yet. We've had many narrative booms and busts, kind of mini cycles, but we have not had a major market-wide Bitcoin dominance drop induced altcoin season, and very good chance it happens early on in 2025. So I wouldn't suggest getting shaken out of your high conviction positions at the moment. As far as trades go, it's been pretty quiet with the market, how it's been, right? On Sunday during the live, Bitcoin pumped up here to 107K. I really wasn't expecting an explosive breakout because I knew it was FOMC week. And here we are. Nothing has happened, guys. So let's get ready for FOMC tomorrow. We got some super chats rolling in. You guys are late, so I'll get to these another time. Sorry, I value my time more than $5. But shout out to Caleb Lincoln as well as Mark. I appreciate you guys. And Bob's My Uncle said he sold his DEAI in profit and bought the ORT dip. Think it's the better move. Thoughts on Cookie as an AI agent pick and shovel play? So yeah, I think DEAI was super high risk for sure, given all the FUD and stuff. I've seen many coins come back because of that. And ORT is a pick that I think has the potential to do really well. Now, the second part of your question, thoughts on Cookie. I have no thoughts on Cookie. I haven't heard of Cookie before as an AI agent. I haven't done any research. So therefore, I don't have any thoughts on it. It looks like it's listed on a few chains out there. It's going parabolic right now. I never suggest a top blast, so probably not a great idea to top blast it, but at the same time, we'll see. I don't know what this thing's doing as an AI agent, so I don't really have too many thoughts on it. The team of guys, we looked at this yesterday. It's going up. Awesome. It's parabolic. Congrats on the gains. I'm glad you guys hit one. Again, will this go to 100 mil? Maybe, but maybe it dies at 30. Maybe it dies soon. I have no idea. It's a Solana meme coin. It's very hard to predict when these things do top out. Nonetheless, guys, hope you enjoyed the stream. See you all tomorrow for FOMC. Smash up that like button. And my name's Connor from Crypto Empire, and I'll see you in the next video.